All right, all right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Kick-Ass Vidcast. I am Oren, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about something I haven't talked about in a very long time. Now, I used to be a huge wrestling fan. I mean, I loved wrestling. I started watching it around mid to the end of the Attitude Era, and then until the Ruthless Aggression Era. I think those were the best eras for wrestling for me. And after that, when they went into the PG era, I completely lost interest. I mean, the WWE went downhill. Vince McMahon became a fucking disgrace. So now apparently he's retiring because some allegations and some shit like that. But now, what we got here running the show is truly the McMahon Helmsley era. So we got Triple H, Paul Levesque, uh, being a head of talent relations and creative, and also Stephanie McMahon being co CEO, I think, or COO. I don't know, with Nick Khan. Yeah, Nick Khan also co. So it's an exciting time to be a wrestler because, as I said, as you see the thumbnail on this video, welcome to the Attitude Era 2.0. Now, granted, technically, the ones who started the Attitude Era for our generation here is actually AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Fuck yeah. So, but Attitude Era, WWE, they bringing it back. So I'm so happy that Triple H is running things here, creatively, and I was like thinking to myself, you know what? Let me just watch WWE. Let me see when it starts. You know, because Triple H took over I think a week ago, and it started with Raw. Very subtle changes, very little changes here, and then SmackDown. I couldn't see it because I was in the middle of a performance, but I heard that one was all right as well. And then I wanted to try out to see SummerSlam, so I was like, okay, I'll check out SummerSlam, see how it is. Maybe there is a difference to it. So I started watching it, and holy shit, I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's always great when Triple H is running it because Triple H also he was in charge of NXT a while back, and I remember that moment when I started watching NXT. It was a takeover in Philadelphia. I think it had that. I could be wrong, and let me know in the comments if you know which one it was. But it was the first match was a ladder match, a tag team ladder match, and they brought out the new NXT tag team titles, I think, and they were just total chaos. I mean, it was awesome. It was amazing. The tag teams did really well. But yeah, from then on, I just loved NXT and what Triple H was doing to it. It was amazing. The music, the pyro, the wrestlers. And a lot of people were saying, oh, yeah, these are just midget wrestlers. Like, but bro, you can still be small and have charisma that's huge, and you can be a great wrestler. Like, look at Rey Mysterio. I mean, Rey Mysterio is short and he became world champion, so it's really cool. But back to SummerSlam. SummerSlam was a lot of fun. It started off really well. I mean, Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, holy fracking shit. I had a lot of fun, a lot of back and forth, technicality. uh, the technical stuff was really nice, and then Bianca, Bianca won. She, it was rightly so because I think it's Bianca's turn to shine, and Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch, I love Becky. Becky is was the original People's Champion. You know, when Charlotte left because she needed surgery or whatever, and Becky was grueling her way up, and then Vince McMahon fucking ruins everything. I mean that guy, man, I gotta give him mad respect because like true respect because he at that time when wrestling was neck to neck and WCW was wiping the floor with WWE, Vince McMahon was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm open to anything. Let's do it. Let's bring the Attitude Era back. Well, not back, but let's bring the Attitude Era. Let's make things that sell. And I'm open to ideas. Let's hear everybody's idea. And that's how we got, everybody like Undertaker, Kane, Stone Cold, so The Rock. It was a great, great era for wrestling. I will admit, though, it wasn't perfect, but it was a great era. But I digress. Back to SummerSlam. It was great. And then the trio of a new stable came out with Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai. Now, Io Shirai, great wrestler. I saw them in NXT. Dakota Kai, I haven't really seen, but I heard great things about her, and it's gonna be great because now Bianca has a few opponents for her to face, and it was just great all around. Great match. I enjoyed it, and my rating for that match was four out of 5 stars for me. It was really good. Now, the second one we had was Logan Paul and The Miz with my man, Tommaso Ciampa. And, dude, Tommaso Ciampa is great as a heel. And with The Miz, and I'm actually pretty surprised about The Miz, because The Miz did such a great job being a heel. I love these moments of the heel sort of vibes from heels when they're in the middle of the ring and then they're doing moves and stuff, and then they're like, what's that? What did you say? Like, it's just great stuff. I love it. Baron Corbin, or should I say Happy Corbin, did a great job on that too. I'll get to that match in a second. But Logan Paul, I was very impressed with Logan Paul. Logan Paul is really athletic. He does really great moves. He did a figure 4 leg lock in the match where he was bobbing back down his hands, and he was applying more pressure with his body weight, and it was pretty cool. It felt like good old fashioned wrestling. And may I remind you, the first match with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair lasted about half an hour, almost half an hour. So it was really fucking good. And yeah, I have high hopes for Logan Paul, and The Miz did such a great job. And another thing in that match as well was AJ Styles rushing out, Tommaso Ciampa. And holy shit, I would love to see a match between those two, AJ Styles and Tommaso Ciampa. Man, that's so good. Oh, and he's so good as a heel, Tommaso Ciampa. There was a moment where The Miz had Logan Paul against the turnbuckle, and then he did some sort of move or whatever. He just jumped on him, and he had Logan Paul on the ropes, and The Miz had this face of like of pure like a heel would do. And in the corner of the screen down there, Tommaso Ciampa gave him a high five. It was great. I enjoy it. I enjoy it every second. Like, The Miz really did a great job. Although I will admit, Logan Paul did hit him a bit. He was a bit too rough with The Miz. He had a lot of. He didn't really pull his punches, so he needs to work on that. But I'm pretty sure Miz, he can take it. I mean, he's been doing this for a very long time. So great job, Miz. Great job, Logan. Maurice as well. Pretty cool. And Ciampa as well. And then the next match we had, I think this was kind of like a novelty match to me, because Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. Now, Austin Theory, I feel, has potential to be something great. He has the potential to be such a good heel. Now that Triple H is running things creatively and dealing with talent relations, Triple H has got this, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see what Triple H will do to mold Austin Theory into the ultimate heel. So I'm super excited about that. But this match was all right. It was just a basic, giant big man against a much smaller dude. Well, Theory wasn't really that small, but it was an okay match. It wasn't terrible. It was just good. Now, the thing about Bobby Lashley, man, Bobby Lashley is he's a good performer. I mean, he's a good wrestler, but his skills on the mic, I mean, I don't think it can work out. But it's okay because people want to see Bobby Lashley because of his physique and because of his strength. So I call him, he's a novelty act. He's an attraction basically. He's one of the attractions like Brock Lesnar, The Big Show, Kane, Undertaker. I just started watching this because wrestling again because Triple H. I heard Triple H was coming back in, so and then like Andre the Giant as well. Andre the Giant was a huge attraction. So, but this match was all right. The Logan Paul and by the way, Logan Paul and the Miz match was 4 out of 5 as well. And then this one, I give it props for what it was trying to do. So I think 3 stars, 3 stars out of 5 was okay. All right, in the next match I saw, it was the Mysterios against Judgment Day. I think they're called. As I said, it's been a while since I started watching wrestling. I just started a week ago, so. But this match was all right. It was interesting. Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest, I think is his name, against Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, and it was fun. It was a good match. I actually enjoyed the end where Rhea Ripley, since it was a no disqualification match, she got them both and knocked them down. Or Rhea Ripley, man, future women's champion right there. So I love the ending when all the vignettes and everything like that started coming to fruition, and it was Edge. Edge came back, and I loved the way he looked. I liked his short hair, the glasses, hey, and the jacket with the red. I guess it was symbolizing he is the devil and he has come back, and he looked awesome. He reminded me, for some reason, he reminded me of Metallica, like James Hetfield. So they should have just put Metallica in there. Give me few, give me five. So that match was good. It was a fun match. It was a spectacle. So with that one, I give it like 3 stars, 3.5. So nothing really much to talk about. Just Edge there. So I'm hoping that a lot of things in this story, they put aside the Mysterios and focus on Edge and Judgment Day. I would like to see where that goes. So it's going to be really cool. And then the next match happened. The next match I think was I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember here. The next match was the Street Profits against the Usos with Jeff Jarrett as the special guest referee, and I enjoyed that match. It was a lot of fun. This whole pay-per-view, I was never bored. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't go to the bathroom. I was actually hooked from the beginning. And then, but this match, I love Jeff Jarrett in there. He was like, "Hey, here's 2. There was only 2. You get a count of 5. Okay, count of 5. I pull you out. I pull you away from the turnbuckle." When they were like beating the shit out of each other, the Usos and the Street Profits. I love the Street Profits. I would watch them on NXT. They were fucking great. Now, apparently. A lot of people are saying that this match was not as good as the Money in the Bank match that they had with the Usos, and it was short on time as well. But all in all, I had it did the job for me. I think it was a decent match. I do love the fact that the Street Profits, they lost, so I'm hoping that I think the Street Profits should break up. I think so, and have this dude be a solo competitor because I mean it's Montez Ford. God. Okay, so Montez Ford has the greatest potential to be WWE. I'm sorry, WWE undisputed champion. He has great potential, and I'm super excited to see. It looks like it was Montez Ford who failed to pin Uso. He couldn't get it in time. He's the one who did the frog splash. So, and he seemed super distraught and super pissed. So I'm actually I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. I think they should break them up, have Dawkins either do a faction, be with another faction or something else, and find out what his strengths are, and then have Montez Ford be start the singles competition, work his way up from a United States champion, a mid card to main event. So we should have that. And then they had the next scenario. I don't know if this was before, but I'm sorry, I'm just ranting here. But they had Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre did a short promo there. It was great. I enjoyed that a lot. He mentioned somebody from the crowd, a little kid there, and they were like, yeah, chanting his name. So it was a lot of fun. So that was great. And then they had the Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey fight. So Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. This fight, I mean, it wasn't a wrestling match per se, but I can honestly say it did the job done as well. I mean, this match, it was it was all right. They Ronda Rousey. I mean, in reality, realistically speaking, I mean, Liv Morgan, she seems athletic, but Ronda Rousey would honestly completely murder Liv Morgan, realistically speaking. So the match, it was just sort of like a squash match where Ronda Rousey was just tossing her around everywhere. It didn't get really interesting until the very end. The very end I enjoyed a lot. The end where Liv Morgan had Ronda Rousey had the armbar, and Liv Morgan was, kayfabely speaking, her arm, was being wretched up. So she got her in a pinning position, and the ref counted 1, 2, 3, and causing the match, in Liv's favor. But then they showed the camera angles, and Liv actually tapped in that match. So I actually enjoy that. It doesn't make any of the wrestlers. It doesn't make Ronda Rousey look weak. It doesn't make Liv. Liv. Doesn't make Liv. Does it make Liv look weak? Not really. It's more like a smart thing. But she seems like the underdog. Like she's like the underdog of the championship. So I hope that they make her story, her journey, much better, and make her from underdog to main superstar. So, but it was good. Ronda Rousey got super pissed because she thought that she made Liv Morgan tap, and she destroyed a referee. That was fun. She just mopped the floor with him, and I actually believe this. So, and she didn't seem like a heel to me. She just seemed very upset, and she attacked Liv Morgan. So I think they're going for like a anti-hero kind of vibe where she's not good, but she's not bad either. She's just, in the middle. She does whatever the fuck she wants. So that's what we're going to talk about here. I'm looking up at this thing here. Is Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So this match was done countless times. The first match and only match that I saw of them was at WrestleMania, I think 31, and that WrestleMania was great. It was a lot of fun. It's the one where Brock Lesnar was like the beast, and Roman Reigns was the underdog. He was the face at the time, and Brock Lesnar was just murdering Roman Reigns. It was brutal. It was pretty brutal, and that was also when Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank, and he became a world champion. So that was I had fun with that match, but this one I think was a lot better. I really enjoyed the tractor, him being on top of the shovel, and announcing himself. And I just love the fact that he was like, "Oh, from Minneapolis, Minnesota," and then Brock Lesnar just goes, "Shut up!" It was great. It was a lot of fun, and he announced himself. And then apparently, in behind the scenes, you check it out on YouTube. they he tossed the mic after he said he announced himself, and Roman Reigns just captured it. He caught it with his hand, just down here, and I was pretty impressed by this. I mean, it's like this whole pay per view had a completely different feel. Even the pre show. With Jerry and Booker T and everybody else, when they were talking, even the announcers, I'm pretty sure Triple H, Paul Hunter was behind the scenes going, "Okay, guys, here are your cliff notes. This is what you have to say, but in these moments, this is what you have to say. But everything else, just go wild. I mean, just make up whatever you want." And it was just a great show all in all. But this match was great. I enjoyed. Yeah, they just beat the shit out of each other, and I loved the whole tractor thing when he picked up the ring. That was something I haven't seen done, like that sort of like huge moment in a very long time. So it was really cool. And the way that they beat Brock Lesnar didn't make him look weak at all. It took the Usos, Roman Reigns, and a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of crap from the announcers table and everything, just to knock him down. And Roman Reigns hit him with so many belt shots, chair shots, and I love the commentary here. Michael Cole was like, "Oh my God, what is this? What is Brock Lesnar made of? Like, just stay down, ref, count faster." It was great. Corey Graves was great too. But yeah, so Roman Reigns wins. This match, I give it 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Now, the next pay-per-view is going to be Clash at the Castle, I think. Clash Castle. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be Roman Reigns against Drew McIntyre. And, with Triple H running everything, it's gonna be one hell of a build up, because it's gonna be great. And also, speaking of build ups, I forgot about this too. Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins, they were supposed to have a match at SummerSlam, and Triple H cut it. He cut it. Because they were gonna he wanted to move that match at the next pay-per-view, and they did a little skit where Matt Riddle, wasn't medically cleared, and he asked Seth Rollins to get his ass out in the ring to fight, and Seth Rollins started coming out, walking that huge ramp. Oh my God, that's the biggest problem I had in SummerSlam, was that long ass ramp. Like, it took forever for the WWE superstars to just walk out of there. They had Drew McIntyre like halfway because they couldn't do it anymore. So, but the whole Seth Rollins skit with Matt Riddle was pretty cool. I can't wait to see what's happening in the upcoming weeks, because Clash at the Castle is coming in 4 to 5 weeks. So I can't wait for the build-up. I'm actually excited about this. I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen on Raw. I'm actually excited. I'm going to go back to AEW as well. I mean, so many things are happening. This is a good time. A good time to be a wrestler, because I would like to see what's going on with AEW and WWE coming forward, with Triple H at the helm of creative and talent relations, and Stephanie McMahon being a co-CEO with Nick Khan. So it's going to be a fun time for a wrestler. And as I said before, the Attitude Era 2.0 has begun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for hearing this out. Follow and subscribe, and tell me what you think, all right?